And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be carrying on the story for Shadowbringers. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in the Ocular in Cristarum, and we need to talk to the Exarch. So we finished the quest line to get back Alpha Node. Now we need to go for the next quest, which is in search of Alisaie. So the Crystal Exarch is eager for you to meet with Alisaie. So ready to depart for Arang? Alisaie will be overjoyed to see you're safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. Okay, so let us go. Okay, let's go there, and we will continue. Okay, so we found him, so let's now talk to him. So, if you've come looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Okay, let's give the sealed missive. It says, a wax sealed envelope addressed to Cassard. So, oh, a friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Arang, are we? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Yep. So, all set, then off to the Unforgiving Sands we go. So you can now travel to Arang, speak with the Odrite Amaro Tamer to fly to the desert. Awesome.
From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Arang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Interesting music. Okay, let's talk to Cassard. So, no matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops at night though. The sky is still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alisaie friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Maud Sock to break up the trek. Allow me to attend to some business, and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot, I'm off, and I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. So, right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the map. Okay, so we need to go there. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we made it. So let's talk to him again. So stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Arang, is it not? Before you can cross the River of Sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Ooh. Like the Leaning Tower. So they built them big, didn't they? That's Kar's Shal, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Areng. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Norvrand's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Areng's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an armorant roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Maud Sock. Let's press on, shall we? Man. Okay, so we need to head there. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we made it to the town. Let's see what the town is called. Mordsok. So let's talk to him. So here we are, Mordsok. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. Okay, so let's complete. So Search of Alisaie is done. The next quest, City of the Maud. So Khazad stands at the entrance of Mordsok, an eager smile on his face. So Mordsok. Not just full of Maud, but Humes and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Maud before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you can never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Okay. So, the first thing I do when I get to a new town is I attune to the Aetheryte so that I can teleport straight back here. So let's do that now, quickly. Thankfully everything is, let's say, close by. So, for now I won't pause the recording. Okay, so we're tuning. Okay, so let us go south and let's find Gengen. Okay, there he is. There's a goblin. So this is a Maud? That's a kobold. Oh, it's a kobold. Oh, my bad. What beady eyes. I have to just play dumb, don't I?
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsok.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mordsouk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Real Verbert gold?
That's funny.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots! Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
It was quite funny, let's be honest. But like vultures. Okay, so let's carry on. So welcome to Ronron's, traveller. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? So browse Ronron's wares. You can move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target food stuff and inspect it with left click. A meat. So this is my ever-burning bounty, made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on chilly desert nights. Okay. So, oh, you'll like those. Chewy skewers. I find small frogs hiding under rocks, spear with a stick, and then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. So I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. Worms. Yum. Everyone's favourite, plump with white worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. They're all so good, I can't decide. They all look tasty, yes. Which one do you choose? Which to choose? I'll take the meat. The ever-burning bounty. So, yes, put some spice in your step. You won't feel the cold this night. And probably not the next one either. You have the gold? And done. One Verbertite honor buys you 10 sides of lizard meat. Yay! Mmm. So, will you eat the lot? I think I'll share the rest. So our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks to her great generosity and small appetite. So consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Jen will be pleased that you honored ours. So keep the merchandise down, yes? No returns. That's funny. Okay, so let's carry on. Here he is. So, I was watching from here, Mithrie. You honored our custom, and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Maud Sock. If you need anything in Armorang, we are here to provide. Okay, so let's complete City of the Maud. Next quest is called Working Off the Meal, at which point we'll get the hand gear coffer. Cassard is impressed by your gastronomic fortitude. So you have courage, my friend. Roron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you for the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back to the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsock. No problem. So, offering your services, are you? Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and the carrying. So, I'll go and take care of some last minute haggling then. See you in a bit. So you may view the market receipt at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. No problem. Right, so we need to go there, I guess. Secured lever. Let's use the receipt. So hungry again already. Have a strong stomach. Oh, okay, so it's not actually what we're looking for. Okay, let us see. What do we need to do? Okay, hang on. Okay, so here we go. A table cactus, an iron ore, and some antiques. Okay. So let's see if we can find them from the appropriate people. So let's explore. Remedies, nope. Antiques, okay, so maybe this one. So, hey, no touching. That merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Cassard sent you? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no. Nobat Orang relics, wasn't it? All packed in this box here. Handle with care. Okay, so that's one of them. Now, let's see if we can find the other two from... What's his name? Toll? So let's see if we can find Toll. Maybe at the other side of the camp. Let's go. Okay, that's Bun. Nope. Okay. I'll tell you what, guys, when I find it, we will continue. Okay, so looking closer, there's actually Fonton and then Fol Toll. So Fonton is right there at the very north. So let's take this. So, you came in with Cassard, yes? Good, good. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take your prickly purchase. Okay. And then the last one, Fall Toll, is just this way, next to the gate. There he is. It's a crate of ore. So, Cassard sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? Iron ore. Iron ore, of course. That would explain the box I have here. It's all yours. Okay, so it is worth actually reading the receipt to get the names and the actual list of items you want. Okay, let's go back to Cassard. Here he is. So, don't tell me that you've been around the entire market already. Yep. So it says a collection of goods Cassard ordered from the merchants in Mordsok. So, aye, that's the lot, alright. Good work. And quick work too, considering that you've not set foot in the place before. I'd thought you want to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Fortunately, your efficiencies present something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems that there has been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it feels like an age since I last saw you. So, well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen, it has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Alisaie. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alisaie has told me so much about you. You're Mithrie, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer in the inn, and I've gotten to know Alisaie quite well since you took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Mithrie's guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. Aye, that would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me when you've had your fill of Armorang, and I'll send you back to the Crysturium. Cool, so let's complete working off the meal. Okay, next quest is called A Desert Crossing. Tesleen is eager to set off. So, Alisaie has been desperate to see you, Mithrie, so let's get you to her sooner than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge and then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. Okay, let's go. Right, so, yeah, sure. As long as it's short distances, then I'll keep recording. Right. So, all set. Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? Yeah, why not? I thought you might. Alisaie was always saying how much... I mean, let's get going, shall we? So we need to go to there. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we went a little bit southeast of the camp. So we have a fight, obviously. So let's see what's going on. Okay, let's do it. Sorry. I think the game's a little too loud. Okay, done. So, sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alisaie was strong, but in her mind, she was never. Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Okay, so how far do we need to go? We need to go there. Okay. Okay, so we made it. So now let's check this destination. I do like the music, it's really chill. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's a party member ability. I was wondering. Okay, almost there. And rip. Okay, done. Next, so we need to go back to her. Okay, we made it back, so let's talk to her. So, oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear that howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know how to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Okay. So now we need to go all the way over there. So, let's go. Okay, so we made it here to the inn at Journey's Head. So let's talk to her. So this is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Okay. Like I said, I do like the music. It's very nice. So, welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alisaie arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. The afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've ever met anyone besides Alisaie who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alisaie give you the full explanation. Okay, so we finished the quest at Desert Crossing. Okay, so the next quest is called Following in Her Footprints. So, Telsine casts her gaze around the inn and hoping to spot Alisaie. Now, where is she? I think she might be on patrol. you could wait, I suppose, but when I go surprise her, she usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out the south side, you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Okay, and before I go there, I'm also going to attune to the Aetheryte. So once we get there, we'll continue. Okay, so here we are. So we made it to the watchtower. Hopefully we'll see Alisaie soon. Alisaie is nowhere to be seen, but you spot her fresh footprints on the ground. They look to be about the right size. Ooh, okay. So small footprints lead off to the northwest. Okay. So let's go. So the footprints continue to the northwest. Okay. So let's see if we can avoid the fights as much as possible. Just for the sake of the video, you know what I mean? Okay. So I guess we should have at least some combat in the video. It is a good idea to always have your chocobo summon for situations like this. It's not required, but it's also because having the chocobo fully leveled gives its own perks, but it takes a very long time to get there. So if you just always have it up, then it will benefit you in the long run. Okay, so the footprints curve around to the west. Okay, so which way are we going? That way. Let's try not to jump off any cliffs. So there are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. Ooh. Okay. So what's going on now?
Get back here!
There she is.
Is that... It can't be.
Yep, no fall damage. How about that? Well, there is fall damage, but you don't die from it if you're not in combat. Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Nice to see you too. Look at me. Oh, there she is.
How are you?
I'm fine. A bit tired, but otherwise great. I've been able to sleep in this eternal sunshine. Jeez.
We fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urielge's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
I mean, they're called Sin Eaters. Is that a bad thing? It's just a matter of time. More for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Okay. And next quest is called Culling Their Ranks, at which point we'll get the headpiece. So Alisaie would have you help her finish her patrol. So here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, you clear the west. That way you can have undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your maps are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your Aether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. Okay, so we need to go to there, and there. So let's go. Okay, so we made it to the first spot. So now let's do this. There we go. Okay. Given they helped me, let me help them. It's only fair, right? Okay. So now let's get to the second spot. Okay, here we are. We made it to the second spot. So let's do it. Okay, nothing there. Next one. Which should be right over there. It's not too far away, so let's just keep recording, shall we? Okay, let's inspect. Aha, there we go. Okay, so we're done. So we need to go back now to the inn. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we made it back to Alisaie at the inn. So let's talk to her. So how did you fare? I whooped they ass. I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the Void Scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play, and you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Telsine, shall we? Okay, I don't think Telsine's too far, so let's finish this quest. Curious what the role quests are going to be like. So Alisaie tells me that you helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alisaie has missed your company. Everything is always, if Mithrie were here, she would. That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Mithrie's methods. Well, you better. So, honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. So, I'm only teasing, though I've no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. Cool. So let's complete that quest. So let's get the headpiece now. Let's wear it. Ooh. And there's also the gloves as well. I forgot about that. Whoopsie doopsies. So why not? And of course, if you've been following my crafting guides, then you should be able to repair all of your gear all the way to level 80. So, have you been following my crafting guides, chat? Have you? Okay, let's see. You can't apply glamour plates here. That's fine. I'll do a glamour plate when I can. So, anyway, guys, I think that's a good time to stop. Like I said, I don't want the episodes going on too long. So, Anyway, guys, if you liked that episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch around the video over there. You can watch the latest upload down there. Or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.